Hey guys, back here with a review for a game that I honestly didn't think I was going to play. Today, I'm going to talk about Gears 5, the 6th installment of the Gears of War franchise. Now, before I get on to my thoughts on Gears 5, like Devil May Cry, I gotta talk to you guys about my history with the Gears franchise. The original Gears came out when I was in middle school. I believe I was in 7th grade, and the original trilogy ended in my senior year of high school. Not to mention, I'm a big fan of Cliff Bleszinski as well. Actually, to add on top of that, in high school when everyone was playing Call of Duty, I think I was the one person that was playing Gears. I loved the first Gears, even though it is really hard, especially when you fight Rom in the end. I mean, holy shit. Gears 2 was amazing until the final boss, but Gears 3 is one of my favorite games of all time, and actually it's my favorite war game of all time. Gears 4 I thought was solid, I thought it was a decent campaign, but the campaign could have been a lot better until the ending. And why no thoughts on Judgment? Never played. So Gears 5, like I mentioned beforehand, I thought the campaign of Gears 4 was decent enough, though I won't lie, throughout most of the campaign I was thinking, why does Gears need to continue? They ended it perfectly with 3. Partly because I felt that Gears 4 missed the attitude and feel that Cliff Bleszinski put in Gears with the originals. But then the ending had me thinking, holy shit, I have to play Gears 5 now. Now that I've beaten Gears 5, not only will I say that this was my biggest surprise of the year for video games, but Gears 5 is fucking badass. Guys, I'm telling you, I was shocked that I loved Gears 5 as much as I did, but with some minor issues of course. Starting with the plot, Gears 5 takes place after the events of Gears of War 4. Without giving any spoilers away, this is basically Kate's story. Now you do start off as JD Phoenix, the main character of Gears of War 4 in Act 1, but from Act 2 onwards you play as Kate, and honestly, I loved this change. Not only is the story a discovery of Kate's past, but a dive into territory that at times made me go like, whoa. The ending of Act 1 alone was awesome, but how the story progresses in Gears 5 multiple times went in directions that I was not expecting at all. They take the Gears franchise to a place that honestly makes me excited about Gears again and seeing where they could go with Kate's story. That, and they go even deeper into the lore of Gears, which I loved even more so as a massive Gears of War fan. And the squad interactions reminded me of the good old days with Marcus, Dom, Cole, and Baird. The new Delta squad was that damn likable, and the writing I thought was vastly improved over Gears of War 4 as well. How the squad bantered with one another, especially in Act 3, had me cracking up multiple times. And once again, by the ending, no spoilers of course, but I cannot wait for Gears 6. Getting into this right away, Gears 5 looks beautiful. Now the footage you're seeing is captured on PC, which by the way, isn't even at the highest settings it can go to, mainly because I didn't want to burn up my laptop, and I gotta tell you all, I was blown away. Especially when you get into the open areas, which I'll get to a little bit in Acts 2 and 3, multiple times I thought, once again, whoa. From the art direction to the detail in the outfits to the incredible lighting. I mean, the lighting in this game is incredible, guys. And how the environments look. Gears 5 is a gorgeous looking game. This is a game I would love to see how it looks on an Xbox One X in native 4K HDR. And I can only imagine how this looks on that when the game already looks amazing on PC. Also guys, look out for a particular part in Act 3 when you're in a desert area, because what happens in the environments will make you say holy shit like it did to me. One of the reasons why I love Gears is the combat. Now I will definitely say in Gears 4 that the combat was great, and Gears 5 the combat just feels even more finely tuned than ever before. They stick with the if it ain't broke, don't fix it approach, and it definitely works in their favor here. Something that is different though is the active reload this time around. In Gears 5, you can actually reload any gun even though it has already been reloaded, and if you get a perfect active reload, you can start a full clip with even more damage. I won't lie, I thought this was a really nice touch, and it was something that I did more often than I thought in the game. Not to mention, Gears 5 is a damn bloody and gory game, and I don't know if it was just me, but I thought that Gears 4 held a little back in the blood and gore department, but Gears 5 definitely ramps it right back up, and the executions are still a blast. And the guns not only felt well balanced, but each gun packs a hell of a punch. Another thing that I loved about this game as well was the music and the sound design. Starting with Gears 4, Steve Jablonsky was replaced with composer Ramin Djawadi. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. If not, I apologize deeply, sir. The composer of Iron Man, Pacific Rim, and Game of Thrones. So yeah, this guy is an amazing composer. Now, I am a big fan of Steve Jablonsky's working on Gears 2 and 3. And I wasn't too big of a fan of Ramin's work on Gears 4. I feel like it didn't reach the heights of Jablonsky's work in Gears of War 3. However, I absolutely loved his work on Gears 5. I felt that he brought something personal to Kate's story while still maintaining the blockbuster feel in the more bigger and more bombastic parts of the game. The guns also still have great bass, have a great feel to them when it comes to the sound, and hearing the chainsaw going through an enemy is still one of the most satisfying kills in a video game. I mean, oh my god. On to the multiplayer modes. The multiplayer feels as strong as it ever has. Now, I don't know how the experience is on console because I've been playing this on PC, but I've been having a terrific online experience. No lag of any sort, and I'm able to get into a match within 30 seconds to a minute. The best thing though is that there wasn't any specific weapon that players go to, unlike in Gears, which was essentially a shotgun game on multiplayer. You can also play as Jack, which is really cool for newcomers. You can get buffs for your characters, which I never really found myself needing them, even though it's really cool that they are there. And the progression feels even better too. And I also love the variety of game modes. You have Team Deathmatch, you have King of the Hill, you have a new mode. Well, I don't know if it's necessarily new because I never played the multiplayer mode for Gears 4, so I wouldn't have known if it was in there, which was Guardian and Execution, which was one of my favorites from the original trilogy. And the coolest thing about multiplayer is the amount of characters you can play as. You can even play as not only as Batista, who is a skin from Marcus, but Sarah Connor from the new Terminator film, which is badass. I mean, Terminator Dark Fate could be a bad film for all I know, but playing as Sarah Connor in Gears 5 is awesome. Also, by the way, on the Swarm side, you can play as the Terminator Exoskeleton, which I wasn't expecting at all. And Horde mode is back and better than it ever has been as well. Some rounds can be really intense, and going halfway through your squad will get your adrenaline pumping. They really bring back the fortifications, and they really make you think of where you place these things just so you can survive just a tad bit longer with your squad. Another thing that I gotta praise is that if you're a newcomer to the Gears franchise, they do a really good job, actually a damn good job, at making it accessible for new players while still keeping it satisfied for those who have been around since the original title. Now on to my issues with Gears 5, which are rather minor. There's an RPG element with Jack, which by the way, I will add that it is really cool that Jack has more of a personality and has some great comedic relief, but I never really found myself using the abilities that Jack had at its disposal for the squad. Just really the stim and cloak maybe once or twice. And the other issue that I had to a small extent was the open areas. Now Gears 5 isn't really an open world game, but it has larger areas that you can explore in Acts 2 and 3 that do offer side quests. And some of the time, I will not lie, exploring the open areas was an absolute treat to delve deeper into the lore of Gears, while at the same time, it did also feel like a way to stretch out gameplay, but again, this was pretty minor for me. Overall, Gears was initially a game that I was not going to play. I brushed off saying there is no reason why Gears should continue, but Gears 5 impressed me on so many levels. I was not expecting to love this game as much as I did. I feel that Gears 5 brings back what I loved about the original Gears trilogy. The epic yet personal storyline with Kate, the adrenaline-filled battles, the banter between the squad, the pulse-pounding music amongst the beautiful visuals, along with a fantastic multiplayer experience. Gears 5 is a roaring return of my favorite Microsoft exclusive franchise. So all in all, I'm going to give Gears 5 a 9.5 out of 10. And like I mentioned before, given how Gears 5 ends, I am all in for Gears 6. Bring it on. Alrighty guys, and that was my review of Gears 5. Please comment down and let me know below, what did you guys think of the game? Did you love it? Did you hate it? And also, what is your favorite game of the Gears franchise? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. I'm also on Snapchat and Stardust. So if you guys want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links and the usernames are in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Gears 5. If so, please hit that like button and subscribe. Also, Don't forget to hit that notification bell for whenever a new video of mine goes live. If you guys want to see any of my previous tier reviews, please click either on the left or right side of the screen. And of course, until my next review, I will see you all next time.
And if you had a choice between this
She chooses them. I get that.
then you know what to do, right?
Right?